Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Everyday Faith Day 5. As y'all know, we're talking about the theme of sacrifice this month, and we're going to dive into a little bit more of the story of Abraham and Isaac today. So we're coming at you from Genesis 22:3, and the verse says this. The next morning, Abraham got up early. He saddled his donkey, and he took 2 of his servants with him, along with his son Isaac. Then he chopped wood for a fire, for a burnt offering, and set out for the place God had told him about. And then if you continue to read, it said this. Imagine yourself in Abraham's shoes. God has just instructed him to do the unthinkable and sacrifice his only child. And he's chosen to obey and follow through. Imagine the burden Abraham must have felt while he prepared his donkeys, chopped wood for the fire, and embarked on his journey toward the hill known as Mount Moriah. None of this could have been easy. At its core, that's what makes sacrifice a sacrifice. That what you're doing or what you're giving up is not an easy thing to give up or not a simple thing to do. Sacrifice has to cost you something, and quite possibly make you wince a little bit. Despite the inner turmoil, Abraham chose to go forward. This is a valuable lesson for us because if the first step is to hear God's voice, then the second step has to be to respond accordingly to God's voice, despite what we feel. I think that's a great thing to put in our heads. So I don't know about y'all, but many times I know I've heard God's voice, but it wasn't what I wanted, and so I didn't do it. And I look back at some of the things that I know I probably should have done. I for sure should have done because I know God was pushing me in that direction, but I decided to go another direction. This is a valuable lesson for us because if the first step is to hear God's voice, then the second step has to be to respond accordingly to God's voice despite what we feel. Sometimes the hardest part of sacrifice is the actual commitment to follow through. And maybe you're going through something right now where you know God's voice is telling you to do this, but you're thinking, man, no, if I just do this, if I just go this way, if I just, I think maybe I'm not hearing that right. Maybe that's not the direction I should be. Maybe I shouldn't end that relationship. Maybe I shouldn't look for a new job. Maybe I shouldn't, whatever it may be in your life. But if God's pushing you this way and you're pulling this way, maybe now's the time to say, you know what? Okay, I'm willing to sacrifice my comfort for this. I'm really willing to sacrifice the fact that I think this might be the right person for me when I know it's not. I'm willing to sacrifice something that's going to make me wince, going to make me hurt a little bit, going to make me cringe a little bit, because I know this is not what God is calling me to do. Guys, be blessed. Have an incredible day, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.